Hello, my dear friends. Thank you for joining me today. This elephant is the second practice drawing and is part of the You Can Draw series. I hope you've watched the first practice drawing and the tutorials. If not, please subscribe and watch them. That'll help you get started with drawing. So, as discussed in the previous practice drawings, my intention is to encourage you to draw with basic materials and build your interest before we deep dive into technical learnings using different drawing materials. So this elephant is also created using basic materials like a simple A4 size paper, basic pencil, sharpener and an eraser. We've used this reference drawing, this reference photo, and achieved a drawing like that. Hope you've liked it and ready to start drawing with me. So we're using the same method as we did in the first practice drawing. Simplify the elephant into basic shapes. So we've broke the elephant into basic shapes and easy shapes. Everybody will be able to draw and then connect them with different lines. That's what you see on the elephant with red color. So let's get started. Before we begin, I'd like to tell you that this drawing is broken into two parts. Part 1 is for absolute beginners who are just starting to draw and finish the first practice drawing from my tutorials, and who would like to draw some basic shapes of the image which you're copying from and then do a little bit of shading and be happy with that. And the second part is for advanced level, for people who already draw and have a habit of drawing, and if you want to take your drawings to the next level, want to invest longer hours, maybe close to 4 to 5 hours, you can watch the second part. And what I'll do is during the course of the video, I will notify where we completed part 1 and where we're beginning part 2, so that you can decide what you wanted to do. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I am copying the shapes from the reference image. All these reference images are linked in the description. You can open all of them in different tabs or take printouts. That's the best way to start copying and drawing. So I drew a rectangle, that's the body of the elephant, 2 triangles, which is the face, and then some tube-like structures, which completes the trunk. And now I'm drawing the legs. So what you can do is you can pause this video, look at the first reference photo, and start drawing the basic shapes. If you are stuck and if you need help, resume this video, take some tips and go back and draw. So that'll help you build resilience, and then you can start drawing on your own. I think we've completed drawing the basic shapes from the first reference photo. It is looking like an origami elephant at this point. So this is how we need to draw if we are copying from any reference image. We need to break them, simplify into basic shapes, and first draw this one. That makes our life very, very easy. After this, you can pick the second reference photo. I have that on the screen as well. And then start connecting the lines. The first thing I'm doing is connecting the corners. So if you see that, and then drawing the lines as we've represented in red color in the reference photo. So once we've completed this, we will be able to achieve the the foundation of the elephant, the foundational outline of the elephant before we start applying any shading or taking it to a detailed drawing. So what you can do is you can pause this video, you can start copying from the second reference photo and start drawing. If you have any questions or if you are stuck, come back, resume this video, take tips, and then start drawing again. And also refer to the video whenever you need. So you need to follow that approach whenever you're watching any art tutorials on YouTube or any other platform. That's the best way to learn. Alright, so once you finish the second reference photo, once we finish copying from the second reference photo, we've almost achieved the shape of the elephant, and then we will start applying shading. Yeah, I think we've achieved what we've copied from the second reference photo. The elephant drawing now is looking, neat, and we can see the outline of the elephant. So you can look at your diagram and see if you're really close to what is there on the screen, or if you feel you're close to the reference photo, you can start darkening the outline as I'm doing in the video. So I'm measuring the placement of the eye. You can see where the eye needs to fit in your diagram, and you can look at the reference photo, the first reference photo, and see where you can fit the eye. And then I did the same measurement, and then I'm drawing the shape of the eye. So with that, the only thing which is left is adding details and the shading. Yeah. So if you can see, I'm drawing the value scale, and after that I will look at the reference photo and see where I have the darkest part in the elephant drawing, and the second darkest, the lightest, and I'll quantify it that way, and start shading it. So I'll speed up this video because it took me, as I told, it took me around 4 hours, and it will be difficult for you to stay tuned for this video for entire 4 hours. So let me speed it up, and I'll come back when we finish the part 1, and I'll give you more tips. How do you proceed to part 2, and then we will speed up so we can achieve the drawing. I think we've completed part one. Uh, we've applied, shading wherever it is dark on the elephant by using the value scale. Okay, so for the beginners who are starting to draw, you've you drew the basic shapes using the first reference photo, the second shapes using the second reference photo, used the value scale to do apply shading, you used your pencil, earbud or paper, your finger, and if you've achieved whatever is on the screen so far and you're happy with that, you can stop it. Okay, if you don't have patience, you can stop it, and if you're a beginner, I recommend you stop and come back later. You complete these kind of drawings, maybe complete 10 drawings and then come back to your elephant drawing and look at part 2 and start applying details. Because if you start applying details without practice in your hand, it'll frustrate you and you will stop your drawing and never continue this again. Okay, and for people who already have a habit of drawing, if you want to try your hand at a detailed drawing and want to take your drawing to the next level, you can stay tuned and we will begin the part 2, which is getting into even more details in a while. Look at the reference photo, pay close attention to the reference photo and see how many lines does the elephant have. Elephant is a very, very interesting subject for drawing. You can draw the elephant for 4 hours, 10 hours, 50 hours or 100 hours. Depends on the detailing you want to achieve on the drawing, or depends on how big your drawing is. So I'm just starting to apply some lines by looking at the reference photo, and I keep applying and drawing lines in the direction which I see in the reference photo. So you need to pay close attention, look at the elephant reference photo for a minute or two and understand how do you draw, how can you start applying those lines. So the catch here is time. You need to have a lot of time. I'm not asking you to sit continuously for 3 to 4 hours and start drawing, but you need to take proper breaks when you do these kind of detail pencil drawings. Okay, so that's what I said. We have drawings which we can draw for about 10 hours, 50, 100 and so on. So if you want to up your game, you need to take breaks. So keep a schedule to draw these detailed drawings, maybe 1 hour every day or 1.5 hours every day, depends on your schedule. Do that and start drawing. You need to sharpen your pencil. It should be absolutely sharp when you do these lines. Okay, you do these lines, take the eraser, start applying the lighter pressure on the eraser and get that light and dark shade, as we did as we practiced in the first practice drawing for the bird. You can do the same kind of shading. If you have completely watched and practiced the first drawing, it will be easy for you to understand the light and dark shadings which are used with the eraser. So we're going to do the same thing for the elephant. So I will speed up the video again. I will stop once I've completely achieved the detailing of the elephant, and maybe talk to you about some more tips so that it can help you in your future drawings, or maybe in this drawing. All right, all the best for everybody who's upping your game and taking it to the next level. So, hope you enjoyed the making of the elephant. Elephant is a very interesting subject, as I said earlier, which will help us, you know, concentrate on the details. So the attention to detail is very vital while drawing animals like elephants, and any kind of animals for that matter. The texture of the animals will help us achieve greater details, and help us draw better. Okay, so what I did is, I drew lines. I used an earbud or maybe a cotton bud to, kind of rub it off and, darken the shading. I took an eraser. I started, peeling off the pencil particles, and that's how I achieved this. I think you must have enjoyed the video, and as I said, the most important thing is time. So uh, schedule your time accordingly, take breaks. Even if you finish this in a month, that's absolutely fine. Doing detailed drawings will make you much stronger in drawings, and that'll be as a foundation for you to take up any medium, be it acrylic, oil, watercolor, or anything. See a lot many details when you draw. All right, thank you very much. Please subscribe and post comments, and I'll keep sharing more stuff with you all. Thank you.